Sleep well, my dear, tonight in our bed, with nothing behind us and nothing ahead. Our tired bones are covered so tight, so sleep well, my darling, good night. Sleep well, my dear, as dreams fill your mind and leave all your troubles and fears behind. Your worries now are far out of sight, so sleep well, my darling, good night.
Sirens carry a whole new meaning when you're sitting in a cemetery. Funny that I'm here because I actually used to be very afraid of cemeteries, and I remember some of my friends talking about how they liked cemeteries growing up, and I was so bothered by that. I thought, like, ugh, gross, ew, why would you ever want to spend time in a cemetery? But I had to take my car to the mechanic. While I'm waiting on getting it fixed, I was walking around and I stumbled across this cemetery, and I don't know, it just seems so beautiful. The wind is blowing, it's a nice breeze. It's all green, there are plants everywhere, the birds are chirping, and it's actually really peaceful here. It's kind of strange because I'm actually in a very industrial part of town, and this cemetery is like random. It's a small local cemetery. There are like houses over here, and on this side there's a whole bunch of like businesses and mechanic shops, and over there is the metro. And yet here I am, kind of in this peaceful little haven, surrounded by people who died. Yeah, I've been trying to do this thing lately where I am appreciating the beauty in things, even if they don't typically appear beautiful. And I think cemeteries are one of those things. Even though cemeteries are this place of death and mourning, I think they're also a place of hope and remembrance and honor. I'm one of those people who's very, very much afraid of death. Stoics say that there's no point in fearing death because you can't control it. At some point in time, you're going to die. That's guaranteed. So what's the point in worrying about it? What's the point in fearing it if there's nothing that you can change? You know what's going to happen. It's the inevitable. And so I try to bring that philosophy to my thinking when I do get scared of death, because it's a really great fear of mine. And I think being in places like this where there are dead people all around me it helps. It's kind of like exposure therapy. I think the Stoics say, the Stoics practice this thing, I forget exactly what it's called, where they practice suffering so that they're comfortable with suffering and it doesn't bother them as much. And exposing yourself to things like this that would normally scare you kind of makes them beautiful in a way. I mean, there is so much beauty here. There are butterflies and flowers and birds chirping, and even the stones, the headstones, are gorgeous. And I don't just mean the fancy, like, big headstones that people obviously paid a lot of money for. I mean, the small ones are actually my favorite. These headstones that just look like rocks that somebody, or like a concrete block that somebody made by hand and carved into, and they just have so much meaning and personality and beauty in them.